This lady just told me that I'm lucky I have a hood and that it's raining, but I think I've always been the one to go outside when it started, when the elements shown up, you know. When the storms came, I like to go outside and play in the gutter. And when the wind blows, I like to be the one right out the window, or like, if I won't get blown away, I'll even be out in the street with my arms out, like, you know. I don't like to run from the elements, so I'm walking in the rain, and it feels good. I think I like walking in the rain for the same reasons that I like going in the graveyard, because I can feel the sensibilities more, like it's more, for some reason, intensified there. Maybe because there's less people, or because of the way they build the grid, the grid, they build these grids in the graveyard. I don't know what it is, but I can feel the different areas much more precise, like different trees and stones and like environments, family plots and stuff. You can feel the energy coming off of them glyphs. You can really feel a lot more, just like when the storms come or when the sun is shining and it's too hot. I like to be the one out in it, layered on me. I feel most alive, I guess, in places other people try to go inside. I like to be outside. Much love to you. So, years ago I started coming to, yes, this graveyard, where most people right away are gonna start acting crazy at the fact that I'm here. But I don't care anymore. So I'm just gonna share this with you. Some more awesomeness stuff I'm trying to figure out. And if I don't say anything, I'm never gonna connect with what I need to be able to do so. So here we are. REGFNHOWARD Raw at the graveyard. So years ago I started walking through here to meditate because I was kind of I don't know if you could say it was depression, but it was like, if we're learning all this stuff and you can't exactly do anything about all of it, it kind of stresses you out. It's a weird feeling. You start to learn that you have control over some things, but not over others, and you're trying to figure out how does all this stuff work. And in my frustration, I just started going for walks, looking for pretty places, and being in the city, and believing in the fire, water, earth, sky, and ether, and how as above, so below. This is our life cycle, period. I pay attention to life cycles. And this place has the most beautiful trees. Oh my gosh. Such awesomeness. And these trees are being fed by people who lived. And I started to wonder while I was walking and floated in here, were they appreciated? You see some people with money had enough to, you know how much that lettering is? They try to kill you in the funeral homes. Oh yeah, I saw a documentary on how they put a hurting on everyone, deliberately trying to get you to spend all that money. Yep. There's no such thing as a waterproof casket. Do people even get flowers anymore? So, yeah, they try to break us at the funeral parlor. That's where I was at. They try to break us at the most horrible time in our lives, when we're all stressed out, as I was stressed out, walking around, trying to figure this all out, feeling all alone in my ascension process, not really knowing who to talk to, when, how, why, you know. I walked through here and looking at the canopy, thinking about how they're always trying to get us in one way or another. It's like merciless. And how beautiful the trees are. Yeah, that's where I was. I mean, these trees be talking to me. And they have a personality. And I really started to get out of myself and started to really look at what's just being what it is. It's a quiet place, a pretty place. Obviously nobody's bothering me here. And so I started walking. So, why is this weird? Besides me being in the graveyard, being able to connect and appreciate what we go through in our life cycle. Seeing people with flowers, people with no flowers, people with trees, and people with no trees, and people with barely any letters on their tombstones. People who are able to be buried in, those little chambers. I mean, they have these tombs and stuff in here. Not just stones, but the tombs that you go inside. So you see what people spent their money on and how some people didn't have that. Yeah. I also began to see how what really annoys me on a tombstone is when it just says wife. Boy, that's annoying. Wife, mother. Even when they had the money, beloved wife and mother. Like, what else was she? That's so wrong. So I'm walking, thinking all this stuff, talking to the trees. They're talking to me. And ended up floating up here on top of this hill. And the smell up here is wonderful. You gotta give me a second. This is just like, wow. Get that one. You can feel the spirits off some of these trees. It's much more than others. So I was looking for a place to sit. Just to melt out. And ended up coming over here. And where are we? Talk about weird stuff. Looking for it. Okay. I ended up coming up here and sitting under near something, near one of these stones. And there was one that said my street name on it. That's what I'm looking for. It's not like I go looking for it. It found me. Lucky I took a picture. Or you probably think I was mad. I'll put that in there too. But now I can't seem to find it at all. Oh, it's so odd. Well, anyway, there is a tombstone up here that says Monroe. Monroe is the name of a street that I happen to live on. And I just happened to sit there and I thought that was interesting, and I was just trying to figure out if anybody else had experiences like this. Just naturally comes to me. I'm still trying to figure it out, and now I'm really tripping because I don't see the stone anymore. I gotta find this stone. There's no way it should be way over here. But, and I always think that's, oh, goodness. Yeah, this place is kind of aggravatingly spooky to me up in here. These people in some serious occult stuff. Lucky the trees like me. But I think something is really trying to tell me something. else. And I'm not sure what it is. So, hey, loves. Love you too. All right, so why am I here? I'm here because I have common sense, because the ancestors are just in my blood and they speak to me, because I get pulled in and drawn to spaces with water and where the canopy of life is evident. If you just look, just like there, river, housing, trees, eating the corpses. And years ago, being in the city, trying to find different places to meditate and be quiet where people would leave me alone, just frustrated with all the information, wondering, well, what can I do? I found myself walking in here, looking at these beloved trees. Why is that important to me? And I was risking being yelled and screamed at by people that care about me, being shunned because I'm here. Because I appreciate the life cycle. I appreciate people and what we contribute. I recognize what we don't. I recognize what is. These trees still stand strong, beautiful, and some of them give off some serious auras. Kind of energy in this place you don't want to mess around with. They got a lot of occult system stuff. I see more occult system symbols and things like that in the graveyard. Not even funny. Tapping trees. Why are you still trying to tap a tree in the graveyard? Leave the trees alone. It's sitting on top of a body, eating the bodies, renewing the earth, appreciating what a lot of people don't. The person, the remains of the person, giving it back to us. We're breathing it in like we don't know where it came from, but they do. It's their food and we need what they produce. So carbon dioxide, So anyway, we have that. I was looking at the stones and seeing how some people spend a lot of money and can afford extravagance. Oh, that's right. Ancestors in the house. Woo! Getting used to my life being what it is. They're so beautiful. Anyway, It's good to have family. It's good to be loved. Much love to you.